Levels.
Levels. So, what did Amy think of the show last week?
Nope, we can't do that cold open
Why not?
because we already used that for episode 9. That would be May 8th of 2020. Try again.
Okay. Did you see it was -8 here today?
1, it wasn't. B, that was the cold open for episode 50 on February 14th of 2021. Lisa and Amy were guests on that one. You want to try again?
All right, let me try this.
Podcasts, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Talkin2Todd. Their continuing mission to explore strange new topics, to seek out new shows and new technologies, to boldly learn what no one has learned before.
Yes? No. Nope. We can't do that either. I don't remember what episode that was, but those were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, way to give yourself credit, but yes, actually, those were awesome. Yes, those were all amazing. Okay. How about this one? This week we're talking truck mods, all the way to make your truck even better.
That was episode 139. Were You Florida Man? Which was September 21st of 2022. What is going on tonight with you?
After 199 episodes, I just can't write a new cold open. I think we've already used all the good ones.
Wait, those were the good ones? Hi, Toddlers. Welcome to Talkin2Todd, weekly podcast with Dwayne Johnson and Todd Prinz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. We're past Christmas, right before New Year's. So Studio B, which was also this last week, Guest Room B is slowly going back because Studio A was Guest Room A. So we're, slowly putting everything back together again.
This is the time of year where I don't know what day it is.
Because you don't have to.
I mean, I did work today, but I still couldn't remember whether it was Wednesday or Thursday. I am taking the day off tomorrow and don't have to go back till Tuesday. So I should have plenty of time tomorrow to edit and get this thing up for episode 200. Welcome to episode 200. Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, does it? By the way,
if you would put the over under at number of episodes we would do before we would give it up,
I would have picked 5. Maybe 6.5.
So we're over.
Yeah, we're over.
Is what you're saying. We're over.
Sorry for all the people who gamble out there. From what I learned by watching Bad Bets with Scott Van Pelt, it's 6 in the hook. I guess is. By the way, I do have a question. I was like, okay, wait. We started in late March of 2020, and we started 14 years ago. That was episode 1, right? And then there was a small hiatus.
Actually,
October of 2007.
Yeah,
we started, and
then we episode 2
was March 20th of 2020.
Okay, I'm just one, and we've done 199. This is our 200th, and we've released something every week.
Yes,
but if I take 52,
yes,
times. But so we're not going to get to our 4th anniversary until the middle of March. But 4 times 52 is 208. So we're only 8 episodes away, but we're more than 8. Something. You know what? I'm not asking. Like, well, actually, I am asking. Like, how did the math work out here?
Podcast math is hard
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
because Podbean thinks we're at like 206 already. Part of that is the bonus episodes.
Right.
And part of that is there were a couple of weeks where we actually released a couple of episodes because we had a couple of two-parters where we had guests.
Yeah. Wait.
That were
Boy,
full episodes.
That's when we were young and stupid. And instead of waiting it for the next week, we released 2 numbered episodes per week. What were we thinking?
I can't imagine. No, I can't imagine.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we were young and dumb.
Yeah.
Is what we were.
We fixed that. We fixed both of that.
Yes.
Both of those.
Well, we're still dumb. We're just not young anymore.
Well, yeah, we're not releasing 2 numbered episodes a week either. By the way, one other follow-up piece from, I don't know if you want any notes on the second time you played the Star Trek theme. Just a note in case you want to take this under advisement. At one point, you said, what is it, boldly learning things that no one has learned before? I think what we've really proven is the line is where we're boldly learning things that no one wants to know. That's clearly much more in our wheelhouse,
including us. I didn't want to learn this.
Yeah. I swear to God, I don't want to read another thing about Brett Favre, but I am, because I have a show.
And yet here we are.
Yeah, it's for the show. All right. Speaking of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about episode 200 as we go, but let's make sure that we actually get an episode in here.
Feedback from toddler number 1, where we normally start with these things. She has not gotten all the way through 199, but I did get some generic feedback that
it was a piece of white paper with the word feedback on it.
Little barcode on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feedback. Here you go.
All you 80s kids, you remember generic peanut butter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all had it. I need to be more positive and bring more positive vibes to the show, was the feedback that I got.
Wow.
I apparently hate on Des Moines and the Des Moines Civic Center relentlessly, and I need to stop. So, by the way, I really did enjoy The Wiz 2 weeks ago when we saw it. I really did enjoy it. The understudy was fantastic. She did a great job. The Tin Man was really, really super, and I really did enjoy it. I need to stop hating on the Des Moines Civic Center and the fact that we have seen understudies regularly. Apparently, we learned this from Katie last night. This is not what I learned this week, but it is something
that you learned this week.
Yeah. Apparently, the understudy for Dorothy played the entire week in Des Moines. And she was fantastic. So
that feels very close to like who's the lead? I think her name's Jill Bledsoe, and who's this? Tammy Brady. Oh yeah, she's not giving that spot up. Sorry, that's a 2001 reference to football of understudy and not. Anyway, yes. Okay, too negative. I just gave her some more feedback there. Yeah. Okay.
I sit corrected, and I will try to do better. Anything from Lisa? We got a note from Lisa. What was that? Are you still there?
Yes. Wait.
What was the note that we got from Lisa? We got a text from Lisa that she was listening to something.
Uh-oh. So much for the...
Oh. It was about the blue tent. And she said, "You're welcome." That's what it was.
Yes.
Yes, we had another blue tent weekend around here. Yes. Yeah, thanks, Lisa.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep, that's what that was.
By the way, she got to the return. She listened to the return episode 198, I believe, and the extended Todd Oughta Know, and with all of the sports stuff and the F1 stuff. And she informed me that she knew all of the Todd Oughta Knows that I didn't get. And so I think her phrase was, "Those were pretty easy. Dwayne needs to up his game." And I said, "But I didn't know them." And she said, "Well, yeah, that's your problem." So
okay, so she played along.
she did, yes.
Then
Whether
then
you
the
want to or
segment-
not. See, again, the America's second favorite game, Todd ought to know. You like it, you don't like it, but you do play along.
You do play it. Yep.
Yes.
Then it did its job. How about that? Got a text from Danny this morning. He was getting on an airplane and he was all caught up on the pod. So he needed a recommendation from the back catalog.
Okay.
So I suggested that he explore the series of episodes. I believe it started at episode 35, 36, and 37 that led us to Toddlers with a Fringe on Top as sung by Greg High. So I'm expecting some feedback from the Way Back Machine here at some point.
You know, that is basically, the way you describe it is basically our Marvel Cinematic Universe with Greg singing being our version of Infinity War.
Mhm.
There was a series of events
It was way
that eventually led.
Uh-huh. Yes,
Yeah.
because how did that come about? I don't want to take the time to go back and listen. I'm sure Danny can tell us.
Yeah, Danny will tell us. Yes.
Sarah wrote a poem because we needed a theme. Had we still not settled on a theme at that point?
Oh boy.
I
What
don't
was
remember.
that about us being young and dumb and we at least fixed the young part? Because now we're old and like, what was that
No.
about? I don't know.
I don't remember. It
Guys,
was 3.5 years
that was 3
ago.
years ago.
Almost 4 now.
Wait,
Okay.
you guys are telling us stories about watching a small thunderstorm 36 years ago, but you can't remember what you did on your podcast 3 years ago.
Hell, I can't remember what I had for breakfast. So,
Yeah.
anything else out there?
I just Don and Yvonne were over for Christmas dinner with us and the kids, and Yvonne wanted to let me know that her and Toddler 1059 and Wrigley Toddler 1060 are still when they're out for the walk with Wrigley, it's still, she refers to it, it's walking with Todd, because that's what she does, is she goes walking with Todd, and so she gets to go listen to the podcast while the two of them are out. So anyway, yes, they're doing great, and Wrigley enjoys, I guess, not listening. He enjoys the walk without having to listen. So
I didn't have anything for corrections. Did you have any corrections?
nope, I did not.
We haven't done one of these in a long time, but I thought that since it was our 200th episode, typically you do this to me.
Yeah.
But Apple News is at it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to send you a picture and a blocked out headline.
Okay. We've got Travis Kelce in a bad sweater in front of a bad Fox NFL Sunday countdown green screen holding a microphone. And I need to come up with what for the USA Today, and I need to come up with the actual USA Today headline.
Yes. From my Apple News feed.
Yeah.
And for the record, you have no chance.
Okay.
Unless it hit your feed like it hit mine, you have zero chance. So just for whatever it's worth.
Yeah. So stop trying hard and just pick something, buddy, and keep the show moving is what that really says. Okay. I mean, realistically, the first thing, this looks like a Saturday Night Live skit.
It does. Yes, I agree.
Like, that's the production quality of this. I will say, since it features Travis Kelce holding a microphone in front of, I will say the headline is Travis Kelce's girlfriend tops $1 billion on tour.
That could be correct. It was actually that.
Pete Davidson's stand-up comedy shows canceled through early 2024. Well,
The only thing accurate is that Travis Kelce is standing up and holding a microphone.
He is standing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, wow. Does somebody at USA Today think that Travis Kelce and Pete Davidson are the same person?
Pete Davidson dates a lot of women. Maybe there's some
for very short periods of time.
Yes, that's fair.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's good to see, you know what? On the 200th episode, thank you for bringing it. It's good to see that whoever was doing this quality work at NBC Sports is now found a job at USA Today.
Still gainfully employed, at least for another week. Let's see. Oh, so we did that. I don't have any. We've been off. I haven't been reffing. I don't have anything for Technical Corner. Do you have anything for Tech Corner? As brought to you by the Taylor Center for Technology Policy. Got to get the plug in.
As of where we're recording right now, Apple Watches are for sale. That may change in any given minute and has changed recently. As we record, if you need a Series 9 or an Apple Ultra 2, Apple Watch Ultra 2, you might want to hurry before they get pulled again. Yeah.
And they may have gone on sale and come back off sale in between when we record and when I actually edit and post this. Who knows?
It's who knows? Yeah, it is absolutely unknown whether or not Apple's watches are still for sale at any given point. So yeah, there you go. There's the report from Tech Corner. I don't know.
Oh.
It's not fair to deny me all the cross-eyed that I checked it to me. You ought to know.
Thank you, Alanis. It's time
Glad
for America's second favorite game.
Glad my microphone headphone port has a volume control on that. Okay, sorry.
Did that come through a little hot there for you?
Whoa, hey, wow. Apparently, the soundboard doesn't do levels at the beginning of the show with the rest of us. Okay, what do you got?
So this is timely because on Monday night we reached the conclusion of the 22nd year of the Late Night League, which has been wasting valuable office time since 2001.
Yes, we did.
So, a series of questions for you regarding the Late Night League.
Okay, all right. I should know these.
Oh, again, the segment is called Todd Ought to Know. These are things that Todd ought to know.
Given where I finished this year, the things that Todd ought to know versus the things Todd knows about fantasy football is a wide gap. Very wide.
Let's just say you've got a better chance at getting these right than winning games this year.
Yeah. Yep. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, sure, I'm going to take a punter in the first round. I mean, it's, defense wins championship. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Thanks, Brian. How many championships over the last 22 years, how many championships have you won?
Oh. This is kind of like, this to me feels like kind of saying like, how many NFL championships have the Cleveland Browns won? And you're like, haven't been any for a while. But if you go back to the 50s, they were
right. They were
pick up a couple, right?
Yeah, 1963 Chicago Bear fans. That's right.
Yeah. Out of 22 seasons, have I won 4 seasons? 3. Yeah.
All right. Do you remember what year your last title was?
Was it in the 90s?
We started in 2001.
Yeah.
With Amy as a member of the league.
Yes. I will say 2012.
More recent than that, 2015. How many titles? How many titles does Ian have?
Oh, well, is the question how many does he have or how many should he have? Because he has.
That's my follow-up.
Okay.
One at a time.
Okay, because we just had Christmas here, and I got to hear about. I got yet another formal written complaint about this.
Well, it's a
He
good thing
keeps
you're not
appealing this.
commissioner. Yes.
Yeah. I believe Ian has. I think is Ian 0. I believe no. He's won 2.
He has won 2.
He's won 2. Okay.
Yes. The last of which was in 2014.
Okay.
Ward finally won 1. That was 2 years ago.
All right.
Do you remember who the winner of the first season was? He's no longer in the league, so probably not.
I was going to say, I couldn't even name who was in the league at that point. There are only 3 people who have been in the league continuously for the 22 seasons, I believe.
Okay. So the winner
Todd ought to know that. Todd ought to know that it's more than that.
The winner for year 1 was
Yes.
Mark Warren in 2001 with the Bucca Clones. Original managers from 2001. You and me.
Yeah.
Nate.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Larry.
Yes. That's who I assumed.
Torbert.
Did he show up to that draft?
No. And Ward was also a member in 2001, but then he took several years off.
Yes. He took a little break.
Yep.
And then
came back. Little leave of absence and then came back and won 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last question, so
Yeah.
I don't prolong this any longer. Do you know who this year's champion was?
Well, here's the thing. Once you get in the loser's bracket, whatever happens in the winner's bracket, it was you. You won. Congratulations. There was some discussion in our group text message group about, hey, the commissioner won. Is that even legal? I guess this is something that we're not used to having to decide if it's legal or not. It was kind of a novel thing. So anyway, yes, congratulations on being champion of the late night league for season 22.
Just out of curiosity, do you know how many times I've been champion?
I'll pick the same 4 that I have. That I picked. 5. Oh, you're part of the 5 timers club.
I am now. I get a jacket.
You, Paul Simon,
Yep.
Chevy Chase, Tom Hanks, Alec
Yep.
Baldwin. Yeah, those guys.
Yep. Yeah. Me and Steve Martin were tight. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Okay. I don't think you got any of those questions right.
You know what? I did as well on that discussion of fantasy football as I did on Todd ought to know who to draft this year. So no, I'm pretty consistent.
Oh, should we move on to that was very, very self-serving. Should we move on to because I'm pretty sure that I'm getting that feedback right now. Yes, that was very self-serving. Should we move on to the Scott Frost Memorial Idiot of the Week?
I think we should.
Okay. Excellent.
This could have gone. This could have gone into Tech Corner, but it's much more of an idiot thing. So I don't know if you ever have this conversation in your house about you're talking about something. You're just talking about something it could be almost anything, and then like a day or 2 later, all of a sudden you start seeing ads show up in your web page or whatever, and you're like, look, our devices are listening to us. And all the people who make devices are saying, no, we don't do that. No, we're not.
Nah.
And there are some,
that doesn't happen.
There are some explanations, right? If one person in the house looks up something, you all have the same IP address. So like there's reasons for it. And don't worry, it's not happening. Well, yeah. I think all of the tech people want to have a word with Cox, who's an internet service provider. The Cox Media Group put out on November 28th, there was a document written by Cox's VP of Digital Strategy telling advertisers quote, yes, our phones are listening to us, unquote, and quote, CMG, Cox Media Group, has tech capabilities to use to your business advantage. Now, after that came to light, that post was removed from Cox's web pages.
Smart.
However, it is there are places on the internet that just grab pages and hold on to them so people can go back and look at them. And so if you go back and look at it, the document claims, quote, it is legal for phones and devices to listen to you and for third parties to collect that data, unquote, because customers agree to phone listening via terms of service whenever they purchase a new phone. They use smart assistants. In particular, that means the devices always have to be listening, according to the post. So it goes on to then say that what they hear creates customer profiles, which is good for both consumers and business. Since consumer, you'll find fewer irrelevant ads, and business can target customers who might enjoy their products. The post then details how CMG would handle a campaign for a business specifically by creating a customer persona and leveraging AI to tune into relevant conversations and putting tracking pixels embedded in the business website to track ROI. The company calls it active listening and claims that it, quote, sounds like something from the future, but we are there, exclamation point. It says that the business can set up specific territories where they're interested in growing their business within a 10 to 20 mile radius and then be notified in real time when someone in that market is looking for their service. As the post from Fast Company goes on, it's unclear if Cox Media Group actually has the ability to do any of this.
Much like their internet speed, it's aspirational.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, we can do this. How? Hand wavy stuff. It also points out that most smartphones come with indicators that alert users when their microphones are actually being used. There we go. Also, unsurprising, according to Fast Company, representatives for CMG did not respond to requests for comment or additional details.
Shocker.
Hey, you know how you're promoting that you can listen in on people's conversations without them knowing about it and sell that to hyper-local people and be notified real time when people are talking about your product? What? Nope. What? Sorry. Look over there. Anyway.
I've got that. My ears are burning. That works. Yes, I have that same talent.
So Cox is an idiot here. And no matter which choose your own adventure path they go down here, they're an idiot. If they're telling advertisers they can do this and they actually can't, well, you're an idiot because you're lying to your advertisers and they're not going to spend money with you. And if you can listen to people's conversations and you're telling everybody about it, well, then you're an idiot for telling everybody about it and also for doing it. Anyway, wait, sorry, I'm getting an ad for Cox. Oh, yeah, that looks like a pretty good offer. It says, we hear you're interested in Cox's service. Would you like to upgrade your internet? Anyway, that's weird.
We hear you're interested.
Yeah, we hear that you're interested, Todd. By the way, clean up Studio B. It looks a little bad on camera. Wait, what?
Wait.
Anyway, how about you? What do you got?
So we've been talking about Jake's story for the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
He sent me follow-up on his story.
Okay.
So not only did the story happen, but something else happened additionally for follow-up.
Okay.
Yeah, if you recall, the title is Lawyered Medieval Style.
Okay.
Or story number 2, Fashion Police.
Okay. You know what? Preston's on my lap right now. Hey, Preston, which story do you want to hear? If you want to hear Jake's, tap your nose on my phone, and if you want to hear the other one, tap your nose on the keyboard. Oh, keyboard it is. Sorry, Jake.
Sorry. Better luck next week.
Got your system.
So this story hit my feed this morning, actually. Dateline Uzbekistan.
You know, I really wish that I knew Uzbeki link. I was going to do it I was going to say hello in Uzbek, but I barely. Anyway, hello. Sorry.
Chess Federation fines player over her sports shoes. The Dutch chess player, who received an official warning, said she did not intend to violate the dress code when she wore her canvas Burberry sneakers at a chess championship in Uzbekistan.
Okay.
There is apparently, in these chess championships, a strict dress code, clearly stricter than the NFL, a strict dress code over what you can and cannot wear, including sneakers, because that violates the dress code, even though elsewhere in the tournament, a male player was photographed wearing all white sneakers. She got a yellow card,
Mm.
and she was told that she had to change shoes or she would
Yep.
not be allowed to continue in the afternoon in the tournament, at which point she had to get in a cab and go across the river to her hotel and get dress shoes before coming back to play. Totally, just talk about messing with somebody's head during this chess championship. Now, I could have put this in technical corner because quite often we're expected to enforce dress code rules on the basketball court. Have their shirt tucked in. Everybody's supposed to be wearing the same color of headband or t-shirt underneath their jersey and all of this kind of stuff. We call it fashion police. We don't like to be the fashion police. I honestly, I don't care as long as one team is wearing dark uniforms and the other is wearing light uniforms, whatever. But this was like, what advantage is gained at all by, anyway, the Chess Federation fined her $111 US for this violation.
I would just say this. The fact that somebody who is in a chess championship can afford Burberry shoes, they're not sports shoes. Burberry, it's not like she showed up in a pair of Chuck Taylors.
Right.
My shoes cost more than your salary of running this tournament.
Generally, sneakers are allowed, but sports sneakers are not. The difference between the two is not clearly stated in the dress code.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. She was not the only one who received a yellow card. Arbiters gave out 2 yellow cards in the open section for all players and 3 in the women's section, adding that all of them were issued because of sports shoes. Yeah. They should adjust the rule so it'll be clearer, said Ms. Kazarian, who was the person who was fined, adding that a blanket ban of all sneakers would have been easier to follow. They acted as if I didn't read the dress code, and their attitude was just not friendly at all. They have promised to clarify in the future, so we hopefully we don't have any more follow-up. But the officials, I am going to nominate. I bring my nomination this week. The officials of the Chess Federation for playing Fashion Police. My nominee.
Is it the same people that were having to investigate whether one of their world champions was using a sex toy to cheat? Like, maybe you got other things or maybe they're, you know what? Let's just stick to shoes. Yep. Guys screwed that up too. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Wow. Yes. Well, good for them. Yeah. Yep. Here's the thing. I'm looking at this here. Those are not sports shoes. There is no sport to be played.
Nobody is wearing those shoes for any kind of athletic activity. No one.
Yeah. Although, all right.
They
All right,
actually
chess.
kind of look like Chuck Taylors now that you say that. Go ahead.
All right. You know what? You get this from chess people talking about how you wouldn't believe because of the brain power, how many calories they use, and that chess people, that the people who play chess at the highest level are also kind of athletes because, it's you burn thousands and thousands of calories or whatever. But by definition, you can't wear sports shoes because it's not a sport. Look, it's your stupid rules. All right.
It doesn't mean it's not a competition. It's just
Yeah.
not a sport.
Yeah.
That's different.
By the way, I'm just looking at this now. According to FIDE's dress code for the tournament, it is to, quote, dress to impress. The Federation's website states the dress code is supposed to promote, quote, a good and positive image of chess. Well, took care of that one. Okay.
Yep. Guess that problem solved. Okay, episode 200, main topic.
Well, we have main topics.
Well, I guess. I don't know. This was your idea. What are we doing for episode 200 to celebrate episode 200?
Well, the first thing I'm doing is scrolling back in the rundown to figure out what it is that we're doing. Okay, so this is episode 200, and it's also the last episode of 2023. So I thought this is a good time to, let's not look backwards, let's look forwards. And I'm thinking at the end of the year, people like to make predictions. I think we're going to do some predictions here, but we're going to combine these. We're going to do two sets of predictions here. Number one, we are going to make some predictions about what things will look like when episode 400 comes around. When we do that episode, which by the way, we've now just created content for that episode. So that one's taken care of.
Attaway.
Yes. And then we will move on and we will set some predictions for 2024. So let's start with our episode 400 predictions. Do we want to, some of these are numbers, some of these are just, I don't know. Let's see. Dwayne, let me start with this one.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Dwayne, will Scott Frost be a head coach? Some point, will he have been a head coach again? He may not be active. He may have already been hired and fired multiple times. But by episode 400, will Scott Frost have been a head coach again? And if so, which school?
Do high schools count?
Sure. Yeah. That's
okay. Well, what was the name of the high school that played in the ESPN thing that wasn't a high school? Bishop somebody? BSU?
yes.
Could be. That's my guess.
Okay. So you're going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes.
All right. And that high school.
Yes.
I am also going to say yes. And for fun, I'm going to say it will be back at Nebraska. Why? Because Nebraska football people aren't that bright.
That's life's short, people. Don't waste it being a Husker fan. There you go.
All right.
Will Brett Favre, question number 2, will Brett Favre be in jail or have served jail time?
By the way, episode 400, that's, so that's 400. What, do we know when that is?
Well, it's about 3 years and 9 months from right now. So okay. I don't know if that's helpful or not.
Let's see.
Like August of 2027?
Yes. Oh, I did date math wrong. I'm like, wait, I got a different number. Oh, not 400 weeks from today, 200 weeks from today, not 4. Anyway, math is hard. All right, so that gives us, yes, October of 2027. Okay, given the judicial process and how much and what he's accused of, he's rich and famous, so I will say no. He will not have served or will be serving any jail time. Worst case, there's some sort of settlement involved.
I think that's yes. And he may have already paid back all of the money that he's going to pay.
Well, yes.
Given that it's bowl season,
Yes.
and nobody knows who's playing where anymore, how many schools west of the Rockies will be in the Atlantic Coast Conference by August of 2027?
New prediction. That assumes that the Atlantic Coast Conference still exists at that point, and I'm going to say it is blowed up by then and doesn't exist. So I'm going to say 0 because it doesn't exist 200 weeks from now.
My wish is that football goes separate and everybody becomes an independent school for football, and everybody reconstitutes their old original conferences for basketball and all other sports as regional entities. That would be my wish. Everybody becomes Notre Dame. Everybody's independent. They manage their own stuff, play whoever they want, figure out whatever your schedules are going to be. But everybody else, the Big Ten is, wait for it, 10 schools. Just a thought.
Yeah, that would probably be the best for college athletics and the student athletes. So that'll never happen.
Oh, that's clearly not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's more likely to happen is that the top 48 or 60 or 110 or whatever schools break off and become NFL 2. And then you have promotion and relegation between them. So within 3 years, you could potentially have the 49ers playing Alabama for the Super Bowl. And don't tell me that people wouldn't be interested in that. Yeah.
Similarly, how many teams do you think, right now it's at 65, how many teams do you think will be in the NCAA tournament? It's not 65. Is it more than that now? 68?
68.
68 teams in the NCAA tournament. How many teams do you think will be in it by the time we get 3 years from now, 3.5 years from now?
All of them.
It's one way to go.
Everybody from it's the number of schools equal to every team in the Power 5 conference, in the top 5 conferences, and 3 other people. That's it. Gonzaga takes one of the slots. Gonzaga, Butler, and then everybody else fights for one.
Sticking with the sports theme.
Yes.
What do you think the price of an F1 ticket in Vegas is going to be in 3.5 years?
About the price it takes to fix a Ferrari has had its floor punched a hole right through it because they forgot to weld some stuff on the track. No. That's an excellent one, because I think everybody believes that they overpriced their tickets.
Yes.
And I don't think F1 cares. So
see, that's why I think this is an interesting number. Will it come down, or will it? No.
Should it come down? Yes, based on demand. Yes, it should. What are we saying? What was the minimum ask for a 3-day ticket now? Like list price?
I think it was like $1,600.
Okay. So if it's $1,600 for a 3-day pass, I would say we'll just round it up and say it's a cool $2,000.
Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to whistle into the mic. Okay. We will definitely be revisiting this one.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Now this one, we can actually make this happen or not happen. So no wagering on this one, people. The other ones you can wager on. That's fine. I'm sure somebody will be taking the odds on it. Watch for a bad beat coming in 2027. But by October of 2027, how many more Ragbris do you think we will have participated in?
Not full Ragbris, partial.
I said participated in.
Okay, good save.
I didn't say completed. I didn't even say started. I will say, however, just for the sake of completeness, participated in means we rode our bike on at least one day not, oh, they're in town and we drove over and ate pie and then drove home. That isn't participation.
That doesn't count. So what Lisa and Amy did, does that count as participating? Because they were in with everybody else. They helped haul bikes. They did eat pie.
That counts for them, but not for us.
But not for us. Okay.
Yes.
I think we probably do another day. I think we probably have. I put the over under at 1.
Probably got another one in us over the next 3 years.
Yep, depending on where the route is. And whether or not there are beds that we can sleep in overnight.
How close it comes back to Des Moines.
Or Iowa Falls.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Seems like a fair bet. Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Between now and August of 2027, how many episodes of Talking to Todd do people think Todd will have edited?
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Here's my thought on that one.
Okay. I'm listening.
Actually, you know what? Here's what we should have done. We've made our predictions on all of these. Please feel free to send your predictions in on any of these. I was actually not going to answer this week and leave this as an open question for people to fill in, but there's no reason why I can't answer this, and also people can't send in their own. So please feel free. This is open participation. Oh boy. So for the next 200 episodes, all right. So currently tracking the over under numbers 1. Yeah. We've also had a business meeting where we've discussed, do we need to edit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to edit at all?
We've discussed video, and along with video is, do we need to edit?
If we keep it tight, no.
Oh, that means, yeah. Okay. So if we know what we're doing, we don't need to edit. That means we're going to need to edit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to go one of two ways. I'm just going to tell everybody this is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to go 2 or fewer. It's going to go one of 3 ways. There's no editing at all. Todd has 2 or fewer, or it becomes a big number. There's no probably middle ground here where it's like half.
No, yeah. Well, I just want to tell you, I barely edited the last 2.
And it showed.
Yeah. Well, 2 times ago was not my fault. That's
I was going to say,
Zencaster.
You didn't edit it, but Zencaster edited the hell out of that.
Oh yeah, boy, they did a number on that episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will go. I will set the number at 2.
Okay.
For now, although again, yeah, we can influence this one. All right.
Okay. It wouldn't be predictions without something about space.
Yeah.
And apparently we're set to go to the moon again.
Scheduled for 2025.
Okay.
We're going to set foot on the moon.
How many people will have walked on the moon between now and 2027, Todd?
Between October of 2027, we are scheduled to return. NASA says we're going to be there in 2025. So that's 2 years past. No. 0.
Okay. You know how betting works, right? I mean, you got to have a number that you can be below if you want somebody to take the under.
I've seen the NASA schedule. 2025 is what did we call that? Aspirational?
Yeah, yes, that's emphasis on ass.
Well, we are, in order for this to work, we are 100% reliant on Elon Musk.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Okay, so we can set those aside for episode 400. I've also, hey toddlers, not only can you send us your predictions, if there are anything that you would like us to predict for anything, what the world might be like by episode 400, that doesn't involve us playing the other theme.
Careful. Yes. Good save. Thank you.
On the other hand, if you want to know the ones that provide the other theme, we can be talked into that. That won't be released on the main feed.
Yeah.
We'll give you a link.
Yeah. Well, yes. Oh, definitely. We could do it live. Just do it live. Do it live.
How do we encrypt this? Okay, that's fine. Actually, we just let, you know what? Here's how we encrypt it. We just let Zencaster edit it and it mixes it up so that nobody can
tell anything.
Yeah. All right.
How about it's also the end of the year, not just our 200th episode.
Yes.
Most of the time when people do New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
I think we should do year-end predictions.
Okay. Yep.
Things that you think are going to, again, being very careful not to make me have to play the other theme here.
What, you think there's some danger in making predictions about how 2024 is going to go?
Well, it happened in 2020. So just putting that out there.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
2021. Okay. So all right, let me ask you this. Here's one. And you know what? We're going to be a little competitive here.
Okay.
You're going to take one and I'm going to take one.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to let you take the one that you want. For 2024 and 2024 only, not the next NFL season, just in 2024.
Okay.
Who has more starts? Aaron Rodgers or our two, as of last week, starting quarterbacks combined next season?
For their current teams?
For any teams.
Oh, for any team. Yes, you need to be doing that for
Justin Fields and Russell Wilson combined, or Aaron Rodgers with the magically healed heel. Who gets more starts in the NFL next in 2024?
Aaron Rodgers is a heel. Okay. I can go with that. I think the two of them combined start more games than Aaron does.
Okay. That means I am rooting for Aaron Rodgers. I don't like this game anymore. I didn't see this coming.
You shouldn't. You didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't think this through. Damn it. Okay. All right.
Okay, here's one.
Yep.
Will the Hawkeye offense score more or less points than they did this season?
It is almost impossible to score less.
You'd think.
And yet.
Because
okay, let me ask you.
Kirk doesn't care. Here's the thing. There's all of this. They haven't had a top 25 offense in 15 years. This isn't news. Kirk doesn't care.
The problem is this year's offense isn't a top 125, and there's only 121 teams at D1 level. Before I answer this question, I have one very important question. I need some bit of information.
Okay.
Does Kirk Ferentz, the head coach of Iowa football, have any more sons he could make his offensive coordinator?
He has a couple of them, but I don't think either of them
are what, qualified?
No,
because
that's I don't. That ship has certainly sailed. That's fair.
That's not a requirement. For fun, I'm going to take the under. I think this year was a high water mark. I think next year is going to be worse.
Anybody who bet the under on the Iowa offense paid out this year.
Always, when it comes to the Iowa offense, always take the under.
Always take the under. We've learned our lesson.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, Dwayne, let me ask you this.
Yes.
I just mentioned Elon Musk.
Uh-huh.
By the end of 2024, what's the valuation of X or Twitter going to be? And I believe currently, it's a private company, but there are some guesstimates. Is it Yahoo Business? Is it who you found a valuation for them?
I Googled value of Twitter.
Yes.
And according to The Verge,
Okay.
Whatever the hell that means. Oh, and Bloomberg's relatively. At the time of the takeover, Twitter was valued at $44 billion.
That's how much he paid for it. Yep.
Right. And right now, it thinks it's worth $19 billion. According
Excellent.
to X thinks it's worth $19 billion. So,
Okay.
That's absolutely somebody trying to put the best spin on their company.
Yeah, that's the best thing they can come up with is, look, we've counted all the pennies, and we come up with and rounded up
way
and
up.
and forecasted that next year will be better. Why? We don't know.
What? Yeah.
And the best we can come with is we've lost more than 50% of our valuation in 1 year. So where do you think they will be at the end of 2024?
I don't see it getting any better. 13 million? Billion. Sorry, billion. 13 billion. I may have been right with a million.
You're saying 13 billion.
With a B, yes.
I'm gonna take the under on that.
Okay. Good for you. I
think I'm just going to point out when Elon stood in front of a whole bunch of CEOs at up in Sun Valley and told the CEO of Disney to go F himself and didn't censor that.
Yeah.
Because he had pulled his ads in front of all the people that have to spending ad money with him. I mean, it's a bold business strategy. I haven't seen that one before. Well, we have one time. You know where we've seen that? You know where I know who he's reminding me of. I'm here from Mitch and Murray. First place for advertiser, new Cadillac. Second place, steak knives. Third place, you're fired. Wait, I pay you. Shut up. Okay.
Oh, if you have more predictions, if you would like to share your predictions, send us your predictions to feedback@talkin2todd.com. Please don't make us play the other theme.
By the way, just so you know, one of the ones I had originally and then I deleted because this could cause you problems was, how many coaches does Dwayne throw out of basketball games in 2024? But I decided
I desperately want the answer to be none. Because I don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah. If we ran that though, there is no good outcome to that because quite frankly, you want it to be 0. And then like some guy, you're like, you're going to run him. And then you're like, but I took the under. Coach, listen, it's your lucky day. I got a podcast. Just be quiet. Just please.
Can I get a bench warning over here? Anybody? Yeah. Anyone? Can I get a bench warning? Thanks.
Somebody in the crowd goes, did that basketball official literally just show him a yellow card? What is that? Oh, he's wearing sports shoes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, that helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What are you watching?
This afternoon, we finally got around to watching Oppenheimer.
Okay. This afternoon, evening, early tomorrow morning.
It is 3 hours long.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Not uplifting.
It is not uplifting. Boy, it's awfully depressing, which explains why people watched Oppenheimer and then wanted to go watch Barbie immediately afterwards. I now totally understand why people did this. That makes perfect sense. I didn't understand before. It was a great movie. There are so many people in this thing. I'm like, oh, wow, Matthew Modine. And it on and on and on and on. Just people after people after people in this movie. Is that Gary Oldman? Holy cow, what's Gary Oldman doing in this? He cut his hair. Anyway. It's so good. Oh, my word. You've seen it, obviously.
No, I have not.
Oh, really? Oh, you should watch this.
Well, of the two that you went and saw, or the two that you've seen, I know which you've got sort of opposite ends of the scale, I believe.
Yeah, I kind of do. Amy and Lucas and I, Christmas afternoon, went and saw Aquaman 2. And we had a debate in the car.
Electric Boogaloo. No,
Yes.
that's not it.
We had we had a debate
It's
in
water,
the car.
people. It's water. No electric. No electric.
No,
it's water.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it only the second Aquaman, or is it the third Aquaman? We had a debate in the car going over because we couldn't remember exactly, because he's been in other stuff, but it wasn't. But it seems like a long time ago. Surely there was another one since, and that heck, I don't know. It's kind of Lucas called this Water Thor when the first one came out.
Okay.
Which is also true. The ultimate question, how I rate these things. Did I fall asleep?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Did it matter? No, it did not.
No.
Yep. Woke up. Oh, there's still... okay. Yeah, they're still going after the same first MacGuffin, even though there was probably another 2 in the middle that I missed. It was absolutely entertaining. Was it a good movie? No, not really. But it was absolutely entertaining. Don't think too hard.
Because the people making the movie didn't.
Clearly. Why should I put out any more effort than they did?
Yes.
But, it was fun. How about you? What have you been watching?
We finished 2 nights ago. We finished the last 3 episodes of Slow Horses.
So awesome.
Man, it's a good show. That's a good show. I don't... anybody who was concerned about Apple TV being not... that you can't swear and you can't have violence, that is not a issue. There was some graphic violence in this. Yes. Excellent show.
Yeah.
As soon as it ended, Lisa's like, I wonder when this season 4 is coming out. So we went and looked at when 1 and 2 were released, and then the gap. And anyway, we probably have at least 9 months to wait. Anyway, that's amazing.
But they've clearly got a lot of shooting done, because the previews that they showed looked fantastic.
Yeah, because they shot 1 and 2 at the same time, and they shot 3 and 4 at the same time. So,
really? I did not know that. Okay.
Which is why there's a bigger gap between 2 and 3, because so they shoot all of it together.
Okay.
And then edit, because they basically have the trailer for the entire next season.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's good. And last night we went and saw Wonka.
Oh.
Went to a theater, an independent theater near us that we hadn't been to before. Actually, Yvonne and Don recommended it. This might be where you want to see things like Oppenheimer. They put an intermission in the middle of a movie. They just, you know what? The lights come up about 5 or 10 seconds before, and then they stop the movie and put up a card that says intermission with a 5-minute countdown. Letting you know.
Nice.
Go hit the bathroom, go fill up your big tub of popcorn.
Yep.
And either buy some or get your free refill if you bought set, and then come back in and then watch it. We're probably going to go there more. Have you seen it?
Wonka?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Lucas has.
We walked out of there saying that was fun. We expected it to be more fun.
Okay.
Apparently, in this movie, this is the Wonka origin story, and it's much darker than we had anticipated. And you're like, when do we get the good? Like, when's the fun stuff? The kid's blown up full size and floating away.
Yes.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, eventually you get to some of the fun stuff, but anyway, it's a perfectly good movie. We enjoyed it. It wasn't as fun as
wasn't what you were expecting.
It wasn't. No.
Okay.
And Hugh Grant is amazing. He basically just plays Hugh Grant as a curmudgeon, as an Oompa Loompa. And it's the whole movie. Like, he's not in the whole movie. He's not in that much, but the parts he's in, you're like, oh yeah, that was amazing casting.
Has there ever been a time when Hugh Grant isn't just playing Hugh Grant?
No, but
Okay.
But he's angry now.
Okay.
He's angry and jaded as an actor. I believe he even said like he had no fun making this, and this is the only he's the only kind of stupid parts he gets now, and he kind of hated making this movie, and he's bringing that energy to the screen. So that's good.
Oh, excellent. What did we learn this week? It's a thing we've been finishing with this for 199 episodes. Did we learn anything good for episode 200?
Well, it was Christmas.
Yep.
And Lisa got me, got me a couple of things, and she surprised me with one, and I was kind of joking about wanting it, and then Christmas Day I unwrap it and I get it. Hold please.
Okay. Wow.
So this is the Lego Concorde. When you put it together, it's 40 inches long. It's almost 3.5 feet long. I'm going to have to add a structural shelf.
Yeah, you're going to need to build a shelf, man.
The good news is, though, that I have plenty of time to build said shelf, because this has 2,083 pieces.
You could have saved that for Dwayne Guess a Number.
No, that might be. Dwayne Guess a Number. Will I have this completed before or after? Which episode will I have this completed by?
Before or after episode 400?
Yeah. I knew how big the model was. I had no idea how big the box was. Because here's the thing. If it was already put together, then the box would need to be this big, because that's how big it is. This is in pieces, and the box is 3 foot long. So, like, guys, what are we doing here? What are we? Anyway.
When it's done, you can sit inside the Concorde.
Oh yeah. I can. Woo! Look at that. The stick works and everything.
You know, the ceilings in it were actually pretty low. It's only 1 to 5 scale.
Yeah. So anyway, the box looks smaller in the catalog. Anyway, so now I've got a hobby. And by the way, as my warm-up act,
yes,
there was a theme this year. Apparently, I need something else to do because I'm not editing podcasts.
Oh, you can land it on the moon. Lego Creator.
Yep. It's the Apollo 11 moon lander.
Yeah.
This one's 1,087 pieces, and it's part of their expert series. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Do I need to show some ID?
Does it come with a little golf ball that you can hit?
No, because it's still circling around the moon. So you don't you can't hit it because it's already been hit. So anyway, that's the expert one is my warm up, and then I get to go to the other one. So
dude, it says 12 to 14 years on the box. You could be at this a long time. That's estimated time to completion.
Yeah, this one says 16 plus.
Oh, 16 plus years.
Yeah, 16 plus years. And that's for the small one. So, yeah. How about you? What'd you learn?
Lucas was home for a week. We took his car in to get the oil changed. And as Firestone is wont to do, they gave it their standard 187-point checkup.
Okay. Engine. Yep. It's got one. Seats. Tick.
Yep. Tire rods. These are the things that allow you to turn the car, honestly.
Okay.
He barely had 2.
How many should he have?
He should have 4.
Okay. All right. That's what I was going to guess. I was quizzing you. I knew that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Firestone wanted $1,200 to fix this on a 10-year-old car. Plus, they said he needed a new CV boot on one side. They recommended that he not drive it out of the parking lot.
I've heard that many times from service center.
Right? Exactly. Which is why we got a second opinion from Tony down here in Norwalk. Lucas drove it directly from Firestone, and I met him at Tony's shop, who does all of our work. What I learned from Tony was that he actually had all four. He only had one CV boot and not two that needed to be replaced. He did need to have a tire rod replaced. So I'm glad we did actually get that work done, but we did it at only about 2/3 of the cost as to what Firestone would have wanted. I learned that I trust my mechanic implicitly, and I learned that tire rods are really important, I guess.
I mean, he made it home. I mean, that's,
We're talking while he's driving. He's like, am I in any more danger? I'm like, well, not than you were 3 hours ago when you were driving it. Now you just know. Like, I'm not sure that's any better. The music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to Todd for getting us the subscription, the rights to be able to play that back on episode 100. Thanks to Todd for that. It's Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. We love it. You can subscribe to our award-winning podcast with visiting scholar Todd Prinz wherever you get your pods. Visiting prognosticator Todd Prinz.
Yeah.
Wherever you get your pods. Just search Talkin and the number 2. There's no G and no space. You can check out our award-winning merch on Zazzle, some of which we have ordered the prizes for the Toddies. So the prizes are on their way. So we are looking forward to awarding them coming up. If you have nominations or suggestions for the Toddies or new awards that we should give out, send them to feedback@Talkin2Todd.com. Thanks to our sponsors and our listeners. Sponsors Toddler 3187, the Taylor Center for Technology Policy, and DJ2Go Cedar Valley. Don't forget, you can stop by and see us at the Tuba City home office. Please don't do that. But send us your feedback. Always send us your feedback to feedback@Talkin2Todd.com. Todd?
You mentioned for 100, I got the license for the theme song. I had a plan for episode 200, and I was going to make it special. 3 months ago, I decided what I really wanted to do for episode 200 was, instead of having to play the theme song off your soundboard, that I would learn how to play it on the tuba. And
that'd be really cool.
It would be really cool. So then I went, how do I rent a tuba? Maybe this is what I learned. I think I'm on some sort of government watch list now. The closest I came was the musical instrument store near us has financing options on a rent-to-own basis. And the cheapest full-size tuba that they have starts at $7,440.
If you had gone, Dwayne, guess a number on the price of the tuba, there is no way I guessed $7,000.
That's the cheapest. And it goes up. So I'm not proud of this. I looked at what their return policy was because I don't need it for this long. Apparently, an instrument that you spit into while playing has a pretty strict return policy. So unfortunately, that didn't happen because while I'm willing to spend some money for a joke, buying a full-size tuba for more than the first 5 of my cars combined cost was not going to get past our CFO. So I apologize. We'll see. Now I realize what I need to do. Okay, for episode 300, you know what? This is going to hurt. Maybe I need to see does Lego make a full-size tuba? I got something to research. Let me get on that. I got 100 episodes.
Well, next time you come to Des Moines, you can stop by the Lego store because we're getting one, and see if they make a full-size tuba that you can play.
I just think that mouthpiece is going to hurt. That
It's-
mouthpiece is going to hurt a lot.
Don't think you're wrong. Yes.
So anyway, we're stuck with the theme. Sorry, everybody. I really wanted to make that happen right up until the point where we went into 4 digits, and then it seemed a lot less funny. So.
Normally I end with, we're here. We're talking to Todd. I wanted to play the theme so badly, I didn't even do it. We'll be back next week. We're here. We're talking to Todd.